Three, two, one. Greetings, fourth mortals. 'Tis I, Viktorya Roze Tassi. And on today's episode of Reddit Reads, we have a house, a teenage girl, a creepy neighbor. Just, yes. Anyway, let's get to it, shall we now? But before I continue, just a really quick reminder. I am up on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And it would really mean the world to me if you went and showed me some love in the form of likes, follows, hearts, etc., so on and so forth. I will go ahead and drop the linky link down below in the video description box. Also, if you like this video, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button located below the video in the lower left quadrant. Drop a sweetly worded comment down below in the comment section. And please be absolutely certain to subscribe to my channel if you want to follow me. If you want to be one of the first to know when I post new video, you can tap that subscribe to my channel button and edit when you get alerts to new uploads on my channel in the form of all videos, personalize your alert, or you can just opt to be subscribed to me and get absolutely no alerts whatsoever. Don't worry, I will not judge you. And just one more real quick thing before we hop into today's video. However, the house that I lived in California on East Haven was super haunted. And what else is really interesting was that I was the only person who seemed to witness these hauntings. I'm talking footsteps in the attic, my stuff moving about, just like whatever. Just, I think the ghost really liked me. Alright, now let's get to it, shall we now? Now, before I begin, sorry, just one more real quick thing. OP didn't post an update. They did, however, leave a couple of comments, which I'm going to get to at the end of this. So wait, because I don't want this on my main. Don't worry, I'm not going to judge you there. I'm 40 male. My female, Cara, is 37. Her daughter, Kim, is 16. So OP is a 40-year-old dude. His fiance is 37 and her daughter Kim is 16. So simply for the sake of this, I'm going to call OP the stepfather just to make this easier. Kim's dad died when she was 6. Cara and I met when Kim was 10, but I didn't meet Kim until we were together for over a year and knew things were serious. That's a good thing. My relationship with Kim isn't paternal, but we get along without fuss most of the time. I feel more like an uncle figure than a parental figure. Good thing that OP notices that. Kara's mother was just in a major car accident, and she couldn't bring Kim due to her online school schedule. Kim had friends over without permission the last time she was left alone for a few days. She's a teenager, what else were you expecting? So Cara asked if she could stay with me for the next few weeks. She doesn't have a firm return date yet, and I agreed. I bought a house a few years ago and finished the renovations and remodel last fall. I got it cheap because a murder occurred here over a decade ago by now, and no one touched it till I fixed it up. It's not like there was blood or anything anywhere, and the way I see it, someone probably died in most houses and buildings that exist. It sucks, but death is everywhere. Yes, death is indeed everywhere. Kim has been staying with me since Saturday, and she even seemed excited when I gave her the gram tour. So, by the way, I have no idea when this post was posted. Just tossing it out there. The only information I have is that it was posted 4 years ago. I showed her the basement hangout and said she could have a friend or two over if she wanted, so they could have some fun. I know she's worried about her grandma after all. I even showed Kim the room I put together for her, which made her cry, 'cause she must have thought she'd be in a guest room. I wanted her to feel at home because this would be her home when she and her mother move in. OP's a good egg, just doing everything right from everything I can tell. Things were going great until I found Kim crying in the kitchen this morning. She went out for a walk when she woke up, and upon chatting with a neighbor down the street, learned about the murder that happened here. The neighbor was very descriptive and told her far more detail than I knew. Oh my goodness, what a creep! This neighborhood, oh my God. And Kim asked why I didn't tell her. I was honest and told her that I knew a major crime happened, but that it was over a decade ago by now. It's not that I don't care, but for the price of this house was too good to pass up. No way I could have afforded a house this nice and this big under normal circumstances. Pretty reasonable. Kim demanded that I sell the house, typical teenager, because she doesn't want to live here when she and Cara move in with me. I told her that's not happening. Okay, so seems to me that Kim's just being an emotional teenager right here. I probably would have done the exact same thing if I were in her shoes. Cara is too preoccupied with her mom to deal with this right now, but Kim is at my throat. Kim thinks I'm cruel for not caring enough about her to sell my house, and when I tell her that I care about her and even made sure she had her own room, she snapped and said I just don't get it. Am I an a-hole for not having an issue living here? Got the Am I the a-hole mod bot posting the welcome to the Am I the a-hole thread post, which I absolutely hate. Okay, now we're going to get into a couple comments. The first comment is from someone who deleted their profile, I think, and the rendering is no a-hole here but your neighbor. What were they thinking? I don't think that Kim has a right to demand you sell your house, but I'm going to give her leeway for being uncomfortable and anxious due to her grandmother's situation and your neighborhood being inappropriately detailed about the murder. Someone else said the neighbor is clearly constant legged in. No idea who they are. But yeah, we have a couple of other comments, including one that says, "Can I pet your dog?" No, I laughed way too hard at this. Just, yeah. I do not understand that concept. Okay, so someone else said, no a-hole here. As a rule, I don't like to call teenagers the a-hole here, especially ones going through major life changes like Kimmy, which is why I said no a-hole here versus not the a-hole. Teens behave irrationally to adults all the time, and they have big emotions. It's not surprising to me that a teenager is more creeped out by living in a murder house, as you called it, than an adult who understands the cost of home and the fact that death happens everywhere. Teen horror movies usually literally use murder house as plot devices, especially given that she was told this by a stranger and given way too many details instead of having a trusted adult explain the house history to her and why it's not dangerous to live there now. So, if there are any a-holes in this story, it's the neighbor. You obviously shouldn't feel any obligation to move because a teenager who won't be living in the house forever isn't into the murder vibes. OP hops in and says, this is the first comment that OP says, this response really helped me see a new angle that I haven't considered. I think that considering the details, it was domestic abuse, a man unalived his wife, and the fact that her mother and I are about to get married. Okay, the gears are turning. I need to have a serious heart-to-heart with her tonight. Hopefully dinner from her favorite place will help. Thanks for your perspective. I didn't even think of it this way. I mean, I honestly didn't even think of it that way. So, literally what happened, for those of you out there who are not really following along, is that a unaliving happened at the house before OP bought it. I'm guessing 10 years ago, because OP mentioned before that the unaliving happened 10 years before. but that it was a domestic violence occurred, and that the man unalived his wife. Just, yes. Anyway, that's basically everything that I'm guessing that OP said. Then OP says, in response to someone else, no, it did not involve rape, although it was unfortunately domestic abuse. I do think I have a better idea of how to talk things over with her now, though thanks to input I received. I'm planning on sitting them down and discussing the house history soon anyway, due to their lease ending after the summer, but I haven't thought that my neighbor would gossip about what happened before I could talk to them first, especially Kim because she's a kid. But yeah, anyway, if you ask me, the neighbor is a massive a-hole. If I were OP, then I'd go out and I'd literally be like, hey, who told my stepdaughter about the murder house? And then when I find him, I would just ream into this neighborhood. I mean, I would not be nice. I say to them, hey, you are a creep. Now, thanks to you, my stepdaughter will not be moving into the house. She'll be staying with her grandmother. Just, yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll make this neighborhood, yeah, I'll make this neighbor feel extra bad about what all they do. And then I'll end up with saying, stay the absolute HE double hockey stick away from my stepdaughter, stay away from my fiance, stay away from me, stay away from our house. I do not even want to have you going across the street in order to cross over. Just stay away from us. Just, yes. So anyway, my verdict is no a-hole here except the neighbor. The neighbor is a massive a-hole. I do not know how to end videos.